Here we go.
Hello, hello. We're Cesar and Pam with cesarandpam.com.
You can grow your business without losing your soul, your family, or your health in the process. And if you're new to our channel, thank you for visiting. We have the same content or similar content in Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. You can visit cesarandpam.com. And we're starting to create now English content. Our primary content has been in Spanish. And now I lean heavily on Pam because whenever we're doing lives, for some reason, I start stumbling with my English. But
Think about it too much.
I do. I think that's what happens. But so we've been talking about this amazing book called Love and Respect. And we're going to continue with the subject. And we're going to touch today on the subject, very important subject. Why is it that two people that love each other, it is clear that we love each other, they can hurt each other so much? And as we have discussed in other episodes, yes, we want to grow a business. We have a network marketing business. And as we want to build our business, we want to achieve success and achieve rank. But we don't want to do it at the expense of other things that are even more valuable than that God has given us, right? The Bible says, what shall it profit a man to win the world and lose his soul? What shall it profit a man to win the world, hit the highest rank of his company, of her company, and lose your family or lose your health or get into all kinds of debt in the process? So we talk about relationships, husband-wife relationship, about parenting. We talk about health, and we talk about finances as well. And right now we're talking about relationships. So, honey, any thoughts about, to start off, why do we hurt each other when we know that we love each other? Why does that happen?
Well, I think that, it says in the beginning, God created man and woman in his image, but he created us differently. And we do see things differently, and we have different needs. We hear things differently. So we're talking about really learning to decipher the code. That's what it takes to have good communication. We have to realize that it's like we're speaking different languages a lot of times, and we have to take time to decipher, and we have to believe the best. I think that's what we talked about last time, that agape love is a sacrificial love, and we're putting the other person first. We're going to be willing to tell ourselves a good story about the other person.
The author talks about the example that his wife loves pepper on the eggs that she makes. And she keeps on forgetting for over the years
that he doesn't like.
Yeah. And he could be tempted to think, man, does she not care about me? And she's going on autopilot, and it's not that. She has good intentions. Mm-hmm. It's just for some reason now that highs on her priority list. So she has so many things going on at the same time.
Yeah. She doesn't think about that one little detail, just like he, is thinking about things after he showers, forgets that he left his towel on the floor, or that he's leaving his books sitting around all the time on the coffee table, and she would like them to be put away.
So the biggest mistake we make is you go inside your own head and you start telling yourself a bad story. You start setting up a game that you cannot win, where you tell yourself, why would she be like this? Why would she be so disrespectful to me when everybody loves me outside of this house and she doesn't seem to care about me? And the woman might think,
yeah, just that it's not important to him. That I'm not important to him. He doesn't value the time that it takes for me to pick up after him. It's like you assign intention, that the person intentionally did something because they really don't care about you.
Don't assign meaning where there is no meaning.
Yeah.
And he talks about when he counsels couples, I often ask, what causes fights and quarrels among you? James 4:1. I don't have my English right on, but do you remember what from memory?
Yeah, what causes fights and quarrels among you? Isn't it the evil desires inside of you?
Yeah.
So we always point at the other person, but we need to look inside ourselves, and usually there's stuff that we want. We're putting ourselves first. It's usually pride, right?
pride comes before the fall. And he gives the example of a husband that comes home after being a whole week, he's been gone, he's been working, and in his mind, he starts creating a perfect night when he arrives, a perfect evening, right? Oh, he's just gonna receive me with a...
She's missed me so much,
Yeah.
and she's, we're gonna spend time together and make great love tonight, because we haven't seen each other in a week.
And instead of her, being all dressed up and with makeup on and perfume on, and opening up the door of the house, and he can smell the amazing dinner, she is busy inside. He cannot smell any dinner going on, and she greets him with,
"Whoa, you came home early." She was thinking he was going to come home later, and he got home early.
Which actually meant she was going to prepare, but because he came home early, caught her off guard.
She got caught off guard, and she was in the middle of 20 things.
Mm-hmm.
He'd been gone all week, so she had to deal with everything with the kids. So immediately, what was on her mind right then? The teacher called today, and our son has been having problems at school. Do you realize this? I need you to, since you're home early, can you go pick him up, because he has to go to this other event. Maybe you can talk to him about it. And on the way, would you mind picking up the dry cleaning? Because that's what she was going to have to do. Because my sister really wanted to have coffee with me, and I told her that I would have coffee with her before dinner. So all he hears is, "Oh, you want to spend time with your sister, but you don't care about me. You just want to, you don't care that I'm home. You just want me to go to work."
Instead, he could have told himself a story. I wonder what she's been going through today. I wonder what problem her sister's going through, that she actually had to set up a time the day that I'm arriving to sit down with her. I'm going to ask her later, right? Instead of telling her himself a good story. I was listening to a podcast by Jocko Willink, and he was talking about, somebody asked him, "When's the last time you had a all-out fight with your wife?" And he honestly couldn't remember. And then they asked him, "Well, what should I do when my wife is so stuck in her way about something and she's really mad? What's the best way to come at her?" And he said,
"How do I win the fight?"
Yeah, how do I win the fight?
Yeah.
And he said, the worst possible strategy in a fortified position is to attack the fortified position. You need to flank the situation. In war, do not go up again, because what are you going to do? You're going to fortify yourself, and then there's going to be a all-out conflict, right? No, instead, you need to come on the side, but think not to destroy, but to build, to think long-term. So it's a long-term strategy. What's the best long-term strategy for our marriage, for our relationship? Telling yourself a good story. I know she loves me. She's so upset right now. Why? You're not being weak. You're being strategic.